Good morning, student. Today we are going to see ferrimagnetism, or it is also known as antiferromagnetism. In some compound, atoms contains unpaired electrons, but they get coupled with electron in the neighboring atom having opposite spin. As a result, it is behave as a diamagnetic substance at a room temperature. But with increase in a temperature, the coupling breaks down and magnetic susceptibility start increasing. It is very much important. Substances which is behaves as a diamagnetic as a room temperature, but when they are heated, the value of magnetic susceptibility goes on increasing. The magnetic susceptibility increases up to the certain temperature, called as nil temperature. Just see here, it is the line A, basically show the nature of your ferrimagnetic substance. In this line we see that as the temperature increases, value of magnetic susceptibility increases up to the certain temperature, and this temperature is basically known as Nil's temperature. After this, we see that this line follows the nature of your paramagnetic substance line nature. So after which susceptibility decreases in same manner as that of your paramagnetic substances. Such a substance contain crystals having equal number of electron with a clockwise and anti-clockwise spin. It is important. However, at atomic level, spins are not paired. For ferrimagnetic substance, Curie law can be written as chi ferri is equal to C divided by T plus Tn, where chi ferri is equal to ferrimagnetic susceptibility. Student, please note that in case of your ferromagnetic substance, Curie law is given as chi ferro is equal to C divided by T minus Tc, while in case of ferrimagnetic substance, Wien's law is written as chi ferri is equal to C divided by T plus Tn. Here is this Tn denotes for your Nil's temperature. Now what we learn from yesterday class and today's class, it is shortly written in this table. Type of magnetism is, first column is for type of magnetism, second column is for magnetic susceptibility, third is sign of magnetic susceptibility, fourth is dependence on applied magnetic field, fourth is origin. So diamagnetic substance generally have magnetic susceptibility value 10 raised to the power minus 6. Sign of susceptibility, that is magnetic susceptibility, is generally negative. It is a negative. It is independent of applied magnetic field, and origin of diamagnetism, it is from field induced and pair electron circulation. Second type is paramagnetism. Generally value comes, magnetic susceptibility value is 10 raised to the power 4. Sign of magnetic susceptibility is positive. It is independent of your applied magnetic field. Origin is angular momentum of electron. For ferromagnetic substance, magnetic susceptibility value is generally 10 raised to the power minus 2 gram inverse. Sign is positive. Magnetic susceptibility sign is, that value is positive. It is dependent of applied magnetic field, and origin of ferrimagnetism generally it is electron spin exchange. For antiferromagnetism, the value lies in between 10 raised to the power minus 5 to 10 raised to the power minus 7. Sign of magnetic susceptibility is positive. It may be depend on your applied magnetic field. Origin is electron spin exchange. Now what is the meaning of magnetic susceptibility? Magnetic susceptibility is simply the ratio of intensity of magnetization to that of strength of your applied magnetic field. It is generally denoted by K. The formula is K is equal to I divided by H, where K is magnetic susceptibility, I is intensity of magnetization, H is strength of your applied magnetic field. Now gram magnetic susceptibility can easily be calculated by dividing K with the density of material, that is chi g can easily be calculated. Chi g denote you. Why? What is chi g denote? It is gram magnetic susceptibility. It is generally calculated by dividing your magnetic susceptibility with the density of your substance. Molar magnetic susceptibility, which is denoted by chi m, defined as a magnetic susceptibility per mole of the sample. It is generally calculated. Chi m is equal to chi g multiplied by m. M is your molecular weight of substance. Now, determination of magnetic susceptibility by Gauss method. Now, this is the Gauss apparatus which is used for the magnetic susceptibility of the substance. So, we are going to see this. Basically, your Gauss apparatus contain analytical balance, a thermometer, magnet, a sample. It is a Gauss tube containing sample, and it is the draft sheet. If we closely see this diagram, so this thread, it is basically of nylon thread connected with the balance. It is the glass tube. Upper portion is of a glass tube, and it is the anichrome stirrup, and this is the Gauss tube where basically your sample is filled, and it is the center of the magnetic field. These two magnet generally, this two pole of magnet generate magnetic field here. While determination of magnetic susceptibility by Gauss method, this procedure is divided into three parts. In part 1, we have to measure specimen volume. Now, how the specimen volume is measured? First, Gauss tube is dried and weighed. First weight is taken in absence of magnetic field, which is denoted by W1, and second one in weight is taken by in presence of magnetic field, that is dried Gauss tube is weighed with the field off and on. So W1 is the weight of your Gauss tube in absence of magnetic field. W2 is the weight of your Gauss tube in presence of magnetic field. In second step, fill your Gauss tube with the distilled water, and weight is again taken, which is denoted by W3. Volume of water is given by W3 minus W1, because at the room temperature density of water is taken as a 1. This is equal to volume of the sample. In step number 2, we have to measure the tube constant, that is beta or B. To the dry Gauss tube calibrant, generally HgCO CNS by 4, this complex, or copper sulfate 5 pentahydrate. Copper sulfate pentahydrate are used as a calibrant. It is added to the mark, and weight is recorded with the field on and off. First weight is recorded, that is W4 is recorded in absence of your magnetic field, and W5 is recorded in presence of your magnetic field. To determine now, part C of your procedure is what? To determine susceptibility of sample. In this step, Gauss tube is filled with the sample up to the mark, and weight is recorded with the field on and off, that is W6 and W7. Now this is the calculation part. Tube constant is calculated, that is B is calculated weight by the formula weight of the calibrant, which is comes W4 minus W1 divided by change in the weight of calibrant, that is W5 minus W4 multiplied by chi g, that is calibrant. Chi g is the constant value for copper sulfate pentahydrate. It is 5.92 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 6 CGS unit, while for HgCO CNS by 4 for this complex, this value is 16.44 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 6 CGS unit. Now chi g of a sample, that is magnetic susceptibility of sample, is calculated by using this formula, that is change in the weight of the sample, that is nothing but W7 minus W6 divided by weight of the sample taken, W6 minus W1 multiplied by B. What is B? It is the calibrant constant, that is constant B. Now what is the significance of magnetic susceptibility? From the value of gram magnetic susceptibility obtained by Gauss tube, the value of molar magnetic susceptibility can easily be calculated, that is chi m is equal to chi g multiplied by molecular weight. Now this value, that is this molar magnetic susceptibility value is very much important, because this value is used to calculate the effective magnetic moment from this formula, that is mu effective is equal to 2.83 multiplied by chi m multiplied by T bracket close raised to the power half, where T is absolute temperature. The value, this value, that is mu effective, is basically related to the number of unpaired of electron which are present in the sample, that is mu effective is equal to under root of n plus 2 where n is number of unpaired electron. From this equation one can calculate number of unpaired electron present in molecular in your sample or molecule. Hence the magnetic susceptibility is an important tool to determine spin state. It is important. From magnetic susceptibility one can calculate spin state and magnetic nature of the complex. In next class we are going to see spin only formula and orbital contribution to the magnetic moment. Thank you very much.